Hey, I'm back with another guide here for Manor Lords. In this video, I'll go over all the details of trade in the game, including how to utilize the trade functions, staffing of the trading post, the different trade categories for supplies, and some tips on how to get the most out of trading for your economy. So all your trade will be conducted through the trading post, but there are multiple uses to it. When you have supplies that you want to export or import, you'll come here and adjust these settings. As you can see, there are two categories of trades. To understand the difference between these two categories, let's first look at the two different types of traders that will visit your town. There are minor traders who travel on foot, and they can only carry limited amounts of supplies from the minor trade category. Then there are major traders who travel with a horse, and they can carry and trade larger amounts of goods than the minor traders. So back to the trading post. Any goods in the minor trade category can be exported or imported without the purchase of a major trade route, and the minor traders who are on foot will periodically visit your trading post and trade limited amounts of those supplies at the listed trade values. You have the option of purchasing the major trade route, and then the major traders will also visit your trading post to trade those goods in bulk. Now, any goods that are in the major trade category will require purchasing the major trade route on a per item basis. Once you purchase the trade route for any supply in this category, the major traders on horse will come visit your trading post for these supplies. Major trades will be unavailable and the trade values will show up as NA until you purchase the trade route. So from there you can set your preferences on what supplies to export or import and how much. You will only be able to sell surplus supplies from your town, and whatever number you set here will determine how much of that supply for the workers to leave as extra surplus for your town instead of stocking for trade. Alternatively, if you'd like to import any supplies, the number that you set here will determine how much of that supply you'd like to maintain in your town. So traders will only sell you more of those goods if your stock is below the designated number. In this video, I won't talk too much about the specific items that are really good for trade, but I have other videos about that here on my channel, so feel free to check that out as well. But no matter what supplies you are stocking and selling, if you get to the point where you are exporting a lot of any particular item, you'll want to keep an eye on the trade value. After exporting a significant amount of any type of supply, it is possible that the market value could go down temporarily. If this happens, you might want to consider halting or reducing trade with those supplies until the value goes back to normal. So now with all that information, let's take a look at staffing. When you assign workers to the trading post, they will stock the designated supplies. Then one person from each assigned family will become a traveling trader. They will take some of these supplies to trade points off the map. You can then purchase horses for your traveling traders to utilize. These workers operate the same as the NPC traders, so this means that your traveling trade workers will carry less and will not be able to trade anything from the major trade category unless you provide them with a horse. The point is, definitely get horses for your trading post workers. This is one of the best investments that you can make. Don't forget to assign the horses to the trading post here in the livestock tab after you've imported them. So back to the workers who remain in the town to actually stock the trading post. It is likely that they will be getting these designated supplies to stock and export from your storage buildings, being the storehouse and or granary. So since you are restricted to only being able to build the trading post on a portion of the King's Road, it can be a good idea to build these storage buildings close to the trading post for maximum efficiency. Similarly, they would also utilize these to drop off supplies if you are importing anything. But keep in mind that the trading post will only be able to stock about 50 max of any item. So if you're really looking to maximize the efficiency of your workers, you might want to keep an eye on making sure that you don't have workers at the trading post waiting idle because it's already fully stocked or you don't have any more available to stock. The NPC traders that visit your town will be able to conduct trade with any goods that you have set and stocked at the trading post, regardless if there are any workers currently assigned. So even in any situation, if you need to free up workers, you can take them away and still have trade going on as long as there are some supplies already stocked. So that's the bulk of how to actually use the trading post and all of the associated details. Now this can start to become a lot to keep track of, especially as your town grows or you expand into other regions. Don't forget that there is the trade overview window available up in the region tab, which will show you details about all the imports and exports of any of your regions. You can then utilize this information to make the necessary adjustments for your economy, taking into account all of the factors that we just reviewed. Hopefully this guide helps you out whether you're a newer player or even a more experienced player. Let me know if you have any other questions or feedback. Thanks for watching. I have much more Manor Lords guides and videos here on my channel if you're interested in that content. Peace.